Namaskar, this is Damodar Mauzo. I'm going to read out from my collections of short stories. This is a Konkani collection of short stories written originally in Konkani, Burgi Mugeli Ti. I'm going to read out the story from Burgi Mugeli Ti, the same title story. And this is a collection of short stories into English translation published by Katha Publications of New Delhi. I'm going to read out an excerpt from English translation, first from the Konkani collection. So I'll just give you a background of the story. Burgi Mugeli Teen, or These Are My Children, is a story about an old woman whose all three children have left the nest to work abroad. She is alone at home. She has planted 3 coconut trees in the name of her children. The eldest, Anthony, the daughter, Angela, and the youngest son, Abel. So she keeps on watering these trees or talking to them and, treating the 3 trees as her own children. And one day, in the name of development, the land is acquired by the government, and the front portion of her house is going to be acquired and cut down to bring the Konkan railway. So the track is being laid and the officials have come to cut the trees. There the story starts. Story starts, but I'm going to read out that portion. Well, so first in Konkani, Burgi Mugeli Teen. सकाळ फुडें वाड्यावयली भुरगीं धांवत आयलीं. एंथनीचे माय माड मारूंक येयले. काळजार कोणी तरी कुराड उखलची तशें जालें रोजालिनाक. ती तशीच धांवत भायर आयली. 4-5 जाण मानाय कुराड घेवन आयिल्ले. वांगडा 2 जाण धवाडे आशिल्ले. एकल्याच्या हातांत कागदां आसलीं. श्रीमती रोझालीन फेर्नांदीस, तूं? हातांत कागद घेतिल्लो मनीस फुडें सरलो. ही तुगे वंय फुडले सायडीन आमकां मोडची पडटली. हांगाच्यान तुज्यान नवी वंय बांदूं येता. हे 3 माड आनी हे सुवाते वयले हे रोंपे कातरपा पडटले. ते खातीर सरकार तुका ना. रोझालीन थरथरपाक लागली. हे माड तुमकां कातरूंक मेळचे नात. ते मुगे माड. तांकां कोणाचें हात लावन वचय. आयक बाये, हांव सरकारी चाकर. आमकां ही ऑर्डर आसा. त्या प्रमाणे आमी काम करतात. तुगेलीच न्हय, साबार लोकांनी झाडांक माड कातरपाक वतात. ते वटेन आमचो वावर जाला. हांगा हो बांद काडटकीर तुगेल्या जाग्यार कामाक सुरवात करून आमकां फुडें वचपाचें आहा. तूं आमकां आडेमेळी हाडूं नाका. चलात रे, वंय हांगा मेरेन मोडात. वंय निखळाया तुमी. ही सगळी सुवात लेगीत व्हडात, पूण देवा पासत हे माड कातूर नाकात. हांव दिमी मोडटां तुमच्या मुखार. रोझालीन काकुटेक आयली. तूं भियेनाका बाये. हेर सगळीं माडां परस तुगे माड घुसघुशीत. तुका मोल लेगीत बरें फारीक करतले. तुका जाय ते दुडू मेळटले. ही वंय बांदपाक लेगीत. त्या अधिकाऱ्याली ती उतरां आयकून रोझालिनाक तिडक मारली. मिस्टर, तुका लॉज दिसना ह्या माडाचें मोल करपाक? तूं तुग्या भुरग्याचें मोल कोत्ता? जाता तुज्यान? हांव तुका बऱ्यान सांगता, ते मानाय घे आनी परतो वच. 2 दिसांनी मुगे पूत येवपा जालो. तो येतरी तेजे लागीं उलय. अधिकारी तापलो. हें पळय, तुगेल्या पुता लागीं उलोवपाक आमकां वेळ येना. हें काम आजूच जावपाक जाय. आमचो हो टायम बाउंड प्रोग्राम. तुज्यान आडाव नजो. वंयक पुरिल्ले खूंट निखळावन कोंडे मोडून मानायांनी फुडली सुवात मेकळी केली. आतां ते माड्या कडेन आयले आनी वेचून काडलो तोय एंथनी. रोझालीन शेवाळी, खिणभर थरथरली आनी मागीर मस्तेखोर बैलावरी त्या मानायाचेर झुडून गेली, तांकां धुकळून उडयले. कुराडी घेवनच ते सकयल पडले. फुडले खिणाक रोझालिनान एन्थनीक व्यंग मारली आनी मोठमोठ्यान आड्डुपाक लागली. मारात कुराडी, पयलीं म्हाका मारात, मागीर ह्या म्हज्या भुरग्यांचेर घालात तुमचे कुराडी. अचकीत जाल्ल्या हल्ल्यान मानाय गोंदळ्ळे. मागीर तांकां लज जाली. मागीर ते तिडकले, उठले आनी रोझालिनाच्या हाताक धरून ओडपाक लागले. पूण रोझालीन माडाक घट्ट दसून राविल्ली. माडाक वेंगायिल्ले हात सोडोवप लेगीत दोन मानायांक कठीण जाल्लें. आयले पयले लोक एकठांय जावन पळोवपाक लागले. अधिकारी नर्वस जालो. खालतेपण घेवपाक तो तयार नासलो. जाण्टेलेचेर हात उबारपाक ताका कठीण दिसतालें. ताणें परतून समजावणेच्या सुरांत सांगलें, बाय, तूं सरकारी कामाक आडखळ करता, गुन्यांव करता आनी तुका बरे भशेन सांगतात, कुशीक सर, तांकां तांगेलें काम करूंक दी. रोझालीन तापली. ना, कुशीक सरची ना, म्हाका तुमगेलें दुडू नाकाय, मुगे माडाक हात लावशाय, खबरदार. अधिकारी आतां तेमाक पेटलो. चलात रे, तो माड सोडात, तो दुसरो पयलीं उडयात. एक मानाय कुराड हातांत घेवन कळवात वचपाक माडार चडपाक लागलो. त्या बरोबर रोझालिनान एन्थनीक सोडलो आनी आबेलाचेर चडपी मानायाचे दोके धरून ताका ओडलो. तो सोमतोच सकयल आपटलो. तें पळोवन अधिकारी धांवट आयलो. आगे, तुगे मस्ती चड जाली, तुका आतां आमी उगे रावपा नाय अशें म्हणून तो आयल्यान मात आयिल्लो. रोझालिनान ताका असो नेटान धुकल्लो. अधिकारी तोल वचून सकयल पडलो. म्हज्या भुरग्यांक मारूंक फुडें सरता, कोण हात लायता ह्या माडाक तें चोयतलें हांव. तुगेल्या भुरग्यांक कोणें जिती मारल्या पळो, कोणी फोनाच वचा सगळे, किडी पडूं तुमकां. जोखीम पाय धांवट आयलो आनी ताणें जबरदस्तीन रोझालिनाक कुशीक ओडली म्हणून बरें जालें. नाजाल्यार रोझालिनान उखलिल्ली खोंट त्या अधिकाऱ्याच्या बोरीर पडले बगर रावची नासली. अधिकारी तणतणत उठलो. मातयेंत पडिल्लीं कागदां एकठांय केलीं आनी राव दाखयत तुका, येयात रे अशें म्हणून मानायाक वांगडा घेवन गेलो. पयस मार्गार दवरिल्ली जीप सुरू जाली आनी पयस गेली. रोझालीन बाय, हें बरें जालें ना. तो गव्हर्मेंट ऑफिसर, ताका ह्या भशेन चुकी पाय समजुपाचे सुरांत उलयतालो. पूण रोझालिनान ताका तोडलो. गव्हर्मेंट जालो म्हणून मुगे ह्या भुरग्यांक तेज्यान मारूं जाता? तांकां सांग जोखी पाय, मुगे भाट व्हराय, घर लेगीत व्हरात, पूण हे माड ही मुगे भुरगीं जायी म्हाका. तांकां वाटाय, तांकां वाटाय. अर्दे वरा भितर एक फाटोफाट दोन जीपी आयल्यो. इन्स्पेक्टर, हवालदार, दोग पोलीस आनी तो अधिकारी आयलो. वाड्या वयलो 20-25 लोक एकठांय जाल्लो पळोवन इन्स्पेक्टरान नमळायेची भुमिका घेतली. रोझालीन बाय, सरकारी मनशाचेर तुवें हात उबारून व्हडली मिस्टेक केल्या. तरी तुगे पिराय आनी अस्ताद चोवन हांव तेंगे केस फाटीं घेवपाक लायतां, पूण तूं उतर दी. तेंगेलें काम करूंक तूं आडखळ हाडची ना म्हणून. रोझालिनाक होलमलें. आतां ही निमाणी धडपड. सदळ सोडल्यार तांगेलें सादतलें. तिणें परतून माडाक वेंग मारली. ना, हांव माड कातरूंक दिवपा ना. पयलीं म्हाका माराय, मागीर मुगे भुरग्यांक. इन्स्पेक्टरान कळाव केलो ना. पुलिसांक कूर करना फुडें तिगांनी तिका सोडयली, उखल्ली आनी ओडीत जिपी कडेन व्हेली. जोखीमपायन मध्यस्थी करपाचो यत्न केलो, पूण ताका कडसरून रोझालिनाक घेवन पुलीस गेले. त्या दिसा आंजेला, एन्थनी आनी निकतीच आडसरान धरिल्लो आबेलूय कातरपाक गेलो. The similar portion I'm going to read from the English translation. That morning, as she was busy cleaning the house in preparation for her son's arrival, the neighboring children called out to her excitedly, "My, come and see, they have come to cut your trees." She stood rooted to the spot for a moment. It was as if somebody had aimed an axe at her head. The next moment, she rushed out. 4 laborers were waiting at the fence, axes ready. As she reached the gate, one of the 2 officials, peering into their files, inquired, Srimati Rosalina Fernandez, is that you? She nodded. We have to remove the front side of your fence, those bushes, and these 3 coconut trees will also be cut. It seems you haven't yet collected your... No! Rosalina was trembling with her fury. You can't cut these coconut trees. They are mine. You dare not touch them. Ma'am, we are government servants. We have our orders. We have to follow them. It isn't just you. Several others had their trees cleared today. Look over there. The work has already started. The embankment has to be built here, and we have to complete the work today itself. Don't disrupt our work, please. Man, dismantle the fence from here. Cowed down by his authoritative voice, Rosaline pleaded. Dismantle the fence. Take the land. I don't mind. But don't, for God's sake, please don't cut these trees. I beg of you. She knelt before the official. Don't worry, bhai. Your trees are really A class. You will get the maximum price for them. You can even claim your money to rebuild your fence. She felt her temper rise again. Mister, aren't you ashamed to put a price on my trees? Would you put a price tag on your children's heads? I'm warning you. Take your laborers and go back. My son will be here in a couple of days. He will deal with you. The official was furious. Look here. We have to finish this work today. Ours is a time-bound program. You have no right to stop us. Meanwhile, the laborers had dismantled the fence and were standing near the tree. They chose Anthony first. A feverish chill ran up her spine. The axe glistened and she shuddered. Suddenly, she charged at the laborers with the force of an enraged bull. Caught unawares, they lost their balance and fell flat along with their axes. The next moment, she was hugging Anthony tightly. Come on, raise your axes, she shouted at the top of her voice. Cut me first, then kill my children. The unexpected attack from the old woman took the laborers by surprise. At first, they were embarrassed. Then they grew angry. Rosalina clung to Anthony with all her might, and the 2 laborers simply couldn't prise her arms away from the tree. A crowd had begun to gather. The official was nervous, but refused to give in. As he couldn't use force against an old woman, he adopted a conciliatory tone. Bhai, you are obstructing government work. That's a grave offense. I request you once again, please move away. Let the work proceed. No. By now, Rosaline had found within herself a steely resolve. I won't move. I don't want your money. Don't you dare touch my children, she screamed. The official tried another tack. Come on, man. Leave that tree. Cut the other one. A laborer moved towards the smaller tree. At once, Rosalina left Anthony and rushed to Abel's rescue. Before anybody could stop her, she had pinned the laborer down. The official rushed to his aid, angry. Hey! You have gone too far. We won't tolerate this anymore, I tell you. But before he could take another step, Rosalina had shoved him violently to the ground. You are out to kill my children? I'll see who has the guts to touch them. I curse your children. May they all die. May you be worm food when you are dead. Unfortunately, Joachim's father managed to pull her back in time, or Rosalina's kick would have landed on the head of the official struggling to get up. Enraged, the official scooped up his file and strewn papers, called his laborers and stomped off, muttering, I'll teach her a lesson. The crowd heard him swear as he passed them by. He sat in his jeep and drove away. Rosalind Bai, you shouldn't have done that, Joachim's father began. He's a government official after all. You have a point, but she cut him short. Does the government have a right to kill my children? Tell them that they can take my land, even my house, but not my trees. Ask them to spare these trees. These are my children. I need them. Save them. Save them, please, she rambled deliriously. Within half an hour, a police van arrived. The official, now accompanied by an inspector and 2 constables, strode up to her. Aware of the crowd which had swelled by then, the inspector addressed her in a conciliatory voice. Look, you have committed an offense by obstructing and manhandling government servants on duty, but I shall persuade them to withdraw their complaint against you. Considering your age and your state of mind, sensing that the crowd found his words reasonable, he moved towards her. But promise me that you will not obstruct them. Let them do their work. She realized that she was cornered. This would be the last stand. Give in now, and everything was lost. No! In a frenzy, she rushed at Anthony and embraced him tight. I won't let you cut my trees. Cut me first, then cut my children. Realizing that her outburst could lead to an ugly commotion, the inspector promptly signaled to the constables. 3 policemen prized her away from the tree. Lifting her bodily, they carried her to the van. Joachim's father, along with some elders, tried to plead with the inspector, but the men carried Rosalina away. That fateful day, Angela, Anthony, and Abel, in his first flush of inflorescence, were felled. That's it. Thank you.